Hey, what's going on? We're here in Illustrator again, and today I'm going to show you how to create a floral vector design using the blend tool. So this is not very difficult at all. First, as you can see, I have my layers panel on the bottom right here. Layer 1, I'm going to double click and rename it background just to keep things organized. And I will put a little background with the rectangle tool, turning the stroke off and keeping my fill at like a grayish color just because. No particular color scheme I'm going for. I'm just making this and showing you how to use the tools. So I'll lock this background so nothing gets affected, and hitting the plus sign to create a new layer. I added layer 2 above it, but I will change that to floral. That's where my artwork is going to go. So let's change this fill to black. And right now I have the rectangle tool selected, but I want to go ahead and hold and click here so I can get access to the star tool. I'll click one time on the screen and I can bring up my points and radius size and all that, but I've set my points to 32 and that's fine for our little exercise here. And it is a little bit small right now, so let's get our selection tool, hold shift and grab a corner and bring this up a little bit so that it's roughly this size. Nothing exact, it doesn't have to be a specific number. I'm just scaling it up as I want my art to be, appropriately sized. So let's go ahead and get the align panel open. So window, align, and here it is up top right for me. So I'm going to align my artwork to the artboard. With that selected, I will then go to horizontal align center and vertical align center. So now it is perfectly in the middle. What we want to do next is I have my gradient panel up here. So let me select my, it almost looks like a star, I mean not a star, a sun right now. So we created it using the star tool, but there's 32 points around. So with it selected, I'm gonna make sure that my gradient is active. If it's not, go to window, gradient, or hit Command F9 on the Mac. So right now, if I select the type for the gradient, it will be a linear gradient or a radial, or if I want a freeform gradient, I could click on that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and select a radial gradient. And if you notice, right underneath the stroke, I can hit reverse gradient. And as I do that, it just kind of reverses the colors for us, no big deal. I'm going to hit the gradient slider, just hover over the bottom kind of, and I can add another point. If I wanted to get rid of this point, all I have to do is click, hold, and drag it off, and it removes that. So again, on that gradient slider, when you hover over and you see that plus sign on the cursor pop up, you can click it and you can add a color. So let's double click on this. Again, I'm not going for anything specific. I'm just making up random colors for this piece of art. And so I guess we'll kind of go with the purplish tone on that side. I'll leave the white side on the right just fine, and the black side. We'll change this to a, let's see, something that'll kind of complement this a little bit without being too out there. So that's fine, that light bluish to purple to the white. And so that gradient has been created, and what we want to do next is, again, just confirm that you do not have a stroke on here, because I should have said this before making this shape, but turn your stroke off, keep the fill as a gradient. That's what we're aiming for right now. So there shouldn't be a stroke around here. So let's make sure that we have this shape selected. I'm going to hit Command C to copy. If I don't remember my commands, or my keyboard shortcuts, I should say, I can go up to Edit, hit Copy, and there's Command C. Right there for you to copy it. Let's paste it in front by hitting Command F or going to Edit and then paste in front. So once I've done that, I'm going to hold Shift and Option, grab a corner and bring it down to scale it down like right perfectly in the middle. I'll release the mouse first, and then I'll release Shift and Option, and you can see it's perfectly centered within that other shape. So let's select both of them. And once we've done that and both are selected, we need to go up top to where it says Object. Once we go to Object, we go to Blend, and then we'll hit Make. All right, so we blended this, but now we want to go to our blend options. So let's go again to Object, Blend, Blend Options, and change it from spacing to smooth color to specified steps. And I'm going to increase this, and you can see I have my preview on, but I know the number I'm looking for specifically is at 50. but I'm just increasing it numerically by hitting the up arrow on my keyboard, and you can see it's at 50 now. And I'll just hit OK, and once I've done that, all I have to do now is go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and we're going to look for Tweak. There's a lot of options here, but this Illustrator effect we're looking for is buried in the Distort and Transform options, and then we hit Tweak. Once that's happened, I know 10% on horizontal and vertical is pretty much what I want, because I've done this before and it was already set to that. But if you did want to adjust the sliders, you can, and you would get some weird, unique shape. But some of them look good, and some of them can be a little bit extra like that. It's probably not so hot, but let's just do 10 and 10, keep it normal, and I'll hit OK. Once I've done that, there you have your floral vector. Pretty easy, just a few steps. And if you want to export this correctly, after you've saved everything, of course, as you can see, we have some stuff hanging off of the artboard here. Let's always make sure we go File, Export, Export As. And down here, no matter if you're using a PNG or JPEG, whatever, always click on Use Artboard so that we get rid of this junk hanging off of the artboard. After we've done that, just select it, name it wherever you want, name it whatever you want, and make sure that you can you know, put it in a folder where you know to find it, so it's not buried somewhere in your system. Anyways, that's about it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks again for watching. Peace.